By the time Eustace Conway was 7 years old, he could throw a knife accurately enough to nail a chipmunk to a tree. By the time he was 10, he could hit a running squirrel at 50 feet with a bow and arrow. When he turned 12, he went out into the woods alone and empty-handed, built himself a shelter, and survived off the land for a week.
How did you begin this lifestyle?
I had moved out into the forest. I was 17 years old, and I just decided that I would try an alternative style of living. And really with that, I didn't think it all through in a major complex way. I just decided I would like to try living outside. And so I moved out and started camping in a teepee, hunting and gathering food and making my own tools and clothes. Totally moved out. In fact, now I've lived outside for 20 years now.
How did you get this crazy idea of going across the country on your horse?
Decided to do it when I was sitting around a campfire, and I heard about a couple that was living with their horses in a national forest, and it just sort of struck me. It's like a thunderbolt. It's like it came into my mind, and I said, it's like I didn't even know what was coming out of my mouth. I just said, I'm going to ride a horse across.
I asked Eustace what it was like the first day of the trip.
Oh, it was easy setting out. It was sort of like, okay, the day has come, we're going. It's like I knew that we didn't know what we were doing. That was okay. I was real satisfied with that. I personally knew that there was a big chance that we wouldn't make it. My partner's a little bit younger and had done less traveling, sort of a little bit more idealistic, and so they were gung ho. Yeah, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna make it. I feel fully alive, fully awake. It's sacred, this manner of living, with passion, with dream. I hear that pale-eared woodpecker in the background. I hear a car coming up behind me. Just a little bit further, we'll be off the bridge.
Eustace, why do you think the people were responding the way they did while you were doing this trip across the country?
Because we were doing something that everybody dreams about, but nobody takes the risk to do, or the time, the energy, the money, the challenge to do.
I guess I had my own way of thinking about it. Is I wanted to tell people, just like, you can do whatever you want. Celebrate life. Don't just work at a grind forever. Just stop. Just say, I want to do this. Like, that's what I did. I said, I want to ride a horse across the country.
I live in nature where everything is connected circular. The seasons are circular, the planet is circular, and so is the planet around the sun. The course of water over the earth is circular, coming down from the sky and circulating through the world to spread life and then evaporating up again. I live in a circular teepee and build my fire in a circle. The life cycles of plants and animals are circular. I live outside where I can see this. The ancient people understood that our world is a circle, but we modern people have lost sight of that. I don't live inside buildings because buildings are dead places where nothing grows, where water doesn't flow and where life stops. I don't want to live in a dead place. People say that I don't live in a real world, but it's modern Americans who live in a fake world because they have stepped outside the natural circle of life. Do people live in circles today? No, they live in boxes. They wake up every morning in a box of their bedrooms because a box next to them started making beeping noises to tell them it was time to get up. They eat their breakfast out of a box and then they throw that box away into another box. Then they leave the box where they live and get into another box with wheels and drive to work, which is just another big box broken into little cubicle boxes where a bunch of people spend their days sitting and staring at the computer boxes in front of them. When the day is over, everyone gets into the box with wheels again and goes home to the house boxes and spends the evening staring at a television box for entertainment. They get their music from a box, they get their food from a box, they keep their clothing in a box. They live their life in a box. Break out of the box. This is not the way humanity lived for thousands of years.